Hey guys, we're back with video and good video. Yay, praise Discord, right?
Don't fucking jinx it.
Yeah. Again. So when we last left, this cabal of newbie mages laid into a pretty burly ghost and seriously taught it a lesson. Just before that, Mammon had looked at a 16-year-old girl and said, "Go to sleep," and she and laid down. Now, I am going to, especially for those rules lawyers out there, you're going to be like, hey, Mammon didn't actually use advanced duration, and he also didn't spend a reach on his psychic assault because he was maintaining psychic domination. Guess what? I did the math. It all works out because technically he should have used one additional reach on the psychic domination and another reach on psychic assault, both of which he still had free reach for. You can even scroll. Well, actually, you can't because there's no video, but it's fine. I know it's there anyways. Go away.
It's there in our chat. We can see
That's true. Yeah. Actually, let me.
We only want positive rules lawyers here.
Right. So let's see.
Please send us any and all ideas you have for us to make Lonrim's life harder.
Right. So
I want the strictest rule lawyers we can possibly have.
So
but
that are only going to rule in our
your
favor.
comments
right.
at
Yeah. So right there, reach 2, free reach 3. So you could have taken the advanced duration. Actually, that one is the spell cast. So that one would have had the free reach.
Whatever, we're finest in the past.
Yep.
Somebody gift that for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So we pick up with the ghost basically fracturing into parts and kind of, I believe the term is exploding into ephemera. And this literally does actually have it. There's physical goo here where the physical form has broken apart, and it is gross, and it is classic Ghostbusters ectoplasm is just on the ground. Actually, Tratis knows ectoplasm. She actually has spells to manipulate it. Yes, also true. Can make people vomit it and shape it and do all sorts of stuff with it. So yeah, she's probably used to it. The rest of you guys are like, oh, this is out of Ghostbusters. And then over to one corner of that kind of large basement room is Silvia, who is still kind of curled up and just has put herself to sleep. And that is where we pick up.
Okay, first of all, I look around the room. Exploding into ephemera is definitely my next album name.
Okay.
Secondly, what the fuck do we do now?
Well, we have
Let's wake up.
options.
Yeah, let's wake up Sylvia.
We could also just
Wait,
hop into
didn't she have
Twilight and
something
kill
with
this
her
ghost
phone?
for real. We can talk to the girl. We can hang around, wait for the Phantasm dudes to show.
You can do some of all of that.
The ghost isn't coming back anytime soon.
Okay.
She's gonna be knocked out for days, right?
Days. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unless somebody's giving her essence somehow. Yes.
So yeah, the ghost is out. If you want, we can just take a trip through Twilight and hope I can succeed on the spell so that we keep all our stuff when we come back. Or we can...
That's a danger.
Yeah.
I like my stuff.
You
otherwise
technically
come back
just have to do the reach.
without any items.
Yeah, technically you just need to use the reach instead of making the gate. So.
Wait, didn't she have something in her pocket?
Yes. Other than Tratis, everybody had noticed that she had been her phone was on in her pocket.
Well, I run over and grab that.
Right, and I think Weird was already headed that way from last time. So yeah, Weird, you're already there as Songbird kind of comes up next to you.
And the phone is live and it's on?
Yes.
What
Hello.
is it doing?
Okay, so you actually go ahead and pull out of her
Is
pocket.
it connected?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you're looking at text messages.
She's a teen. She was
Oh,
texting.
okay.
Yep.
Could have been a Snapchat. Could have been a real wild
Could've been
Snapchat.
Yeah. No, this is, there are text messages between her and, scroll back. I need more names.
You have names for these fools now?
Of course. What kind of DM do you think I am? Storyteller do you think I am? Yeah, she is texting somebody labeled as Becca.
So she's not Karen?
She's not a Karen, no.
Close. So close.
But no, she's texting Becca. The last couple is oh yeah, don't worry, honey, we'll be there in a couple hours. And then the last one that Sylvia had sent is somebody's coming in the basement.
Shit.
So,
I'm gonna text. How soon can you get here?
You get an automated text.
How long ago was that text?
The text from Rebecca that said they'd be in a couple hours is about 20 minutes ago. The text that you get back after you text is an automated, sorry, I'm driving. I will text you back when I'm done driving. Automated little text thing.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to know, like, how long ago was the text that Sylvia sent?
Like 20 minutes ago.
Wait, what?
Oh, no. The coming into the
someone's
basement.
coming message
Yeah,
took like 5 minutes maybe.
Right, yeah. That was, I mean, the combat.
This fight didn't take long.
Yeah, it was like 12 seconds. Let's be real.
Around just 3 seconds.
Yeah. No. Rebecca's text was from 20 minutes ago.
So
Sylvia's
probably too late for me to try to hijack the signal.
Oh, yeah. That text is gone. And
all right.
Good thinking, though. Yeah, Forces.
Yeah, Forces is fucking rad, by the way. Don't ever say anything on the phone near me.
Can we combine a spell?
We who?
Like me and
No.
Songbird? Okay.
People
That's
who are
the higher
casting the
gnosis
same
ritual thing.
spell can do them together, though, right?
Yes, if say Songbird and Atratus could basically do life magic together. Specifically, you'd
Spells.
yeah, and it would be if you don't have the Arcana to cast the spell itself. So if Atratus was helping Songbird cast, it would be at a -3. And you would just be rolling your Gnosis. So right now, not very useful. But later, it's more helpful. And if Mammon and Atratus both pick up the Mysterium Egregor casting, they don't have negative penalties. They do teamwork casting super easy. There's no negative penalties if they don't have the Arcana. Yeah, they cast together real well if they pick up the merit.
All right, so
sorry, go ahead.
the way I look at it, we probably need to set up some sort of ambush. Well, not necessarily ambush, but we need to have an advantage over them when they get here.
Yes, I was gonna say either I or you can be waiting down here. They know somebody's supposed to be here.
Oh, we can all wait down here.
Well, or we can all wait down here, but we could also have 3 people up in the alley. I believe I can turn people invisible.
Incognito presence.
100% can.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they come down here, you 3 follow them. Get that ambush.
Here's another thing. I can make myself look like Sylvia. And we stash her in the fucking gate for 20 minutes.
Oh, no. No.
No.
I'm not down with sticking a live teen girl into the underworld for 20 fucking minutes.
I can just make her disappear.
Yeah, fair. That works too.
Yeah, that works too.
Now, one thing I will bring up, because this is a really good learning thing, is the difference between the 2 types of invisibility spells you guys have. Because
So mine is actual invisibility.
right, yours messes with light entirely, and the mind one, incognito presence. Where are you? Hides. People look at her and they avert eyes or barely notice, and it requires supernatural abilities provoke a clash of wills. So invisibility is going to be that straight up, the like, you cannot see me. which is actually useful in combat as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No D&D rules about that.
I also have a spell that I'm not quite sure the extent to which it works. A Supernal Veil, it's prime 2. The spell wards its subject, which can be a spell, object, mage, supernatural creature, or any other active magical phenomenon from detection. Passive abilities automatically fail to detect the failed phenomenon, while active attempts provoke a clash of wills.
Right. So that would basically protect.
Depends on what you define detection as.
Correct. So in this case, this is Life Web that Atratus did, that ping, where she was like, yeah. So because if it's a prime spell, it's probably dealing with supernatural powers or magic or something like that.
I figured as much.
Now that
sounded really good.
Right. At Gnosis 3, when you start combining spells, that's when I'm invisible and supernally veiled, and now I can walk around. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well,
we've got probably at least an hour and a half, right? Why don't we wake up Sylvia and get some information out of her?
Also, I feel like if you can make yourself look like Sylvia, can you sound like Sylvia?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to do like something.
Because if I remember,
the only issue is that if you're impersonating a particular person, you have to do a manipulate plus subterfuge roll every minute to keep up the facade.
You're not very manipulative, are you?
Hmm?
Are you very manipulative?
I think we determined he was more of a presence.
You're pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So now one thing I will remind you, because you guys didn't do it at all last session, the last 2 episodes, is you guys have a bunch of paperwork, journals, and stuff like that you guys that from the Phantasm Society that you guys have not looked at. Weird reached in, snatched out a journal, flipped to a random page, and said, "Aha! Here's a map." You guys used the map, and that was it. So there is some information
that the nerds would look through them, but
nobody did though.
I don't think we have them with us at this point.
I've got the journal.
Yeah, the map journal, but I don't think.
Well, it was a journal that had a map in it.
Correct.
Sure.
So somebody who's good at reading can.
Somebody who's good at reading. Oh boy, did we just find the barbarian?
I'll take it.
I can read. I just
choose not to.
Well, I'd much rather just wing it and see how it goes.
Yeah, I'll study the book if y'all want to chat with this child, or do you just want to do this first?
Yeah, we can talk to her.
Okay.
Yeah. So why don't you have a look at the book, and then, Mammon, if you can release
also,
her.
how does the investigation into the ghost work?
You guys would have to go into the Twilight. Yep. Which, I mean,
she's there now.
It's right here.
You can do it.
Mm-hmm. And her corpse, effectively her unconscious ghost body, will be hanging out there. To not to belabor the point, but Atratus knows it's literally like it's going to be an absolute beatdown because it's unconscious and she cannot defend herself.
She can't defend herself. Yeah. I did realize after the fact that if Gabe were here, he could have been hurting her for real this whole time, because Drain takes essence directly from them.
Yeah, but if he screwed up, then she would drain him.
Could have done the same him. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes the other way.
Yep. So definitely a possibility.
Like his damage would have been real damage on her, whereas ours was
step down. Yeah, step down a step. Well, it's bashing instead of lethal. Yeah. So thoughts, concerns, plans?
I actually like the idea of investigating the body a little bit more, or the ghost body. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, this is up to you guys. It's going to be there for a little bit, so.
Also, time doesn't work the right way, right?
No. In Twilight, it will.
Oh, right. It's not the Underworld.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't all have to necessarily investigate the ghost unless we want to.
Right.
Weird and Mammon want to talk to Sylvia, like wake her up and talk to her and figure some stuff out, or?
Sure.
And then I'll go into the Twilight with you, Travis.
Yeah, sure.
Splitting the party literally just on different planes. I like it. Only in Mage.
It's not even
Or
like
Shadowrun.
Planes, really.
Yep. Okay, cool. What do we want to handle first, guys? I will flip a coin. Otherwise, you.
I will wake the child.
Okay. Cool. So for you, that's.
Wait. Before we wake the child, who's staying with me?
Weird.
Weird. You wake the child.
Well, you just got to release her and she'll wake
I'm
up.
not trying to catch a case.
Yeah. Basically, you can just release the psychic domination, and she'll probably wake up. Pretty.
Okay.
Yep.
Weird. You should probably be prepared in case she bolts for the door.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
So when I'm going to be kneeling, like squatting on my heels, rapier just sort of casually out, not pointing or anything, just in my hand. And I'm going to try and be friendly, like smiley face. Hi, how you doing? When she wakes up.
I could also, yeah, okay.
And I'm thinking while we're talking, you're probably going to be probing your mind or something like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll work my angle, you work yours.
So she kind of, it's definitely like a barely there fitful sleep that she's got going on. It's definitely, it's clearly a forced sleep. And so as soon as Mammon's spell kind of wears off, naturally she starts, moving a little bit. And I imagine Weird goes ahead and kind of, wakes her, and she kind of looks over and she's kind of confused and then kind of glares up at Mammon.
Hi, Sylvia.
Hi.
How you doing?
She starts to shift up and leans back and
relax. You don't want to get up too quickly.
No, I'm not getting no. And she's literally like pulling herself up and sitting her back against the wall, putting you guys in front. Actually, real quick, Atreides, if you want, while we're talking, if you want to go ahead and work out your spell, because imagine you're just going to be doing this at the same time.
Well, I'm reading it in the book. Where did you find where it was talking about where you can keep your stuff when you come back?
That's mostly from my talk with the Discord guys. Hey, Discord guys, if you guys are watching this.
Because in the book, it just says your shit's gone.
The key point that they brought up, and I'm trying to hear, which one is that? Is it 3?
It's Death 3, Ghost Gate.
Ghost Gate.
Page 130.
Right. The comment there was basically the one reach. They're able to transform the subject into Twilight without the use of the gate, and the possessions are turned into ephemera as they make the transition. And the suggestion is, at this point, you're changing the duration. The duration is going from before, where the duration is the gate, to no, actually, the duration is the effect. And so instead of having a gate that's open for an hour that you guys can walk through and then walk out, instead it's these people are in the Twilight and then they'll pop back out. And also mostly I wanted to give you a way to actually get into the Twilight that didn't completely suck.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get naked. That's fine.
Right.
Still got my fists.
So, but yeah, so basically the consideration was, basically that one reach would be enough to move somebody and everything into Twilight and allow them to come back out when the duration ran out. So,
okay.
Yep.
Well, if we are accepting that as an interpretation, sure.
Yep. Mostly, otherwise it's going to just suck to go into the Twilight every time, and that's kind of a bummer. Yeah, you can go ahead and work on that. Sylvia says, no, I'm fine. It's just kind of weird there because she's only been like knocked out and asleep for like a minute or two. So she's still kind of like, what just happened? Kind of like a narcoleptic episode, I guess. And she kind of looks over your shoulder.
Sylvia,
go ahead.
What do you know about the Phantasm Society?
Now wait. Before she answers, I want to cast Mental Scan.
Okay, no. As long as you can do it in one turn, that'll be fine.
Yes.
Mental Scan is 3?
Mind 1.
Mind 1. Oh, this is the Surface Thoughts one?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. And sorry, 1 second.
Are you overreaching on that one?
Do I?
I have to because I need it to cover more than just me.
Right.
I need it to be instant. I need it to last long enough for us to do some stuff while I'm there.
Oh, okay.
And then I need 1 to get our stuff back.
Right.
So I need 4.
Okay.
I have something I'm going to try to help you with before you cast your spell.
Okay. You can go ahead and set that one up too. Go ahead, John. What are you saying?
How many free reach do I have? It's not 1 per dot, right?
It's 1 per dot over the spell. So you have mine 3, and this is a 1 dot spell. So you get 2 additional on top of every spell has 1 reach.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna buff you up with as above, so below.
Okay, so which yantra are you enhancing for her?
You have the shadow name, right? Or
No,
are you
I have
using
the
high
cabal
speech?
name.
Are you using high speech?
I was using high speech because I need my magical tool to reduce the paradox.
I'm gonna make you say high speech really well.
Okay. So go ahead and Chris, roll that. You should put in willpower into it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So for 10 dice.
Mm-hmm. So close. Robbed. That's fine. Okay, yeah. So for the...
So you have the 8 again quality on the spellcast.
Right. So if there's any 8s, yeah, we can re-roll those as well. If you'll go ahead and do that.
You can change that on the dice roller too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you guys could actually just do simple rolls instead of doing the little... I've got the silly spell roll, but you could actually just do a simple roll on the character sheet.
Oh, and then it'll print all nice and neat.
Mm-hmm. And ginormous, unfortunately.
I don't know why it does that.
Yep, I would love to fix that. Sorry, John. Please continue.
No, you're fine. I was taking my time anyways. And I'm going to... Yes. This spell template is confusing to a simpleton like me.
Okay, cool. So the 1 reach is just instant cast.
Right.
Your reach, Gnosis, Arcana, or duration is already through. Okay, cool. So yeah, go ahead and roll your 7. Yep. Cool. All you needed. So yeah.
Okay, now she can answer.
Right. Yeah, she was already midst of casting, and her composure is right. Okay, cool. So
do you want persuade manipulation?
No, because you're just talking with her. You're asking her a straight question, and she's a little, and she's like they're kind of a bunch of weirdos, but they use the basement here, and they do some stuff over at the Harsimius whatever cemetery, but I mean they're kind of weirdos, but they do stuff with like ghosts, and they put her kind of, and she's been looking around, and she's wondering. You definitely had that sense that she's looking for the spoiled lover, as she laid down and the spoiled lover was here. She's getting up and she's gone. But they're weirdos, but I mean they're not bad people. And she kind of keeps looking over at your rapier. You guys had been talking about fighting them. So, did you roll Ash?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Do I have any penalties on this?
Only if you take penalties.
Okay, so I can just increase duration without losing a penalty, right?
You can
For the first time.
Because
it's a duration spell,
right? So you get 3 steps. So if you're casting at advanced duration, that starts at 1 hour, then 1 day, then 1 week. So you guys can have as much time in the Twilight as you need.
Yeah, no, I wanted it advanced duration so we weren't kicked out in
3 turns.
Should we stuck there for?
No, because you can end the spell.
You can end the spell.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't have any penalties. I'm just rolling 8 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
With 8 again.
right.
Alright.
This is an easy way to get exceptional successes. And John, what thoughts are you trying to pick up? Nice.
Well, the description of the spell just says that
All right, cool. We disappear.
Yep.
Shwip.
Yeah, which she goes, But because you can ask the questions.
What?
You can ask the questions based on potency.
Yeah, no, I messed that spell up. I needed that extra reach,
Oh,
and I forgot to calculate it in.
well, I mean, you still had the
Yeah.
free reach.
Yeah, you got 2 free you never used.
Yeah, I was looking for the one that just lets me read her surface thoughts.
Yeah, mental scan by scanning the
Right, but I don't need any questions. I'm reading her surface thoughts. It just says, read surface thoughts for snippets of subjects' current ideas. So I'm basically skimming her thoughts as Weird asks her questions.
Oh, that one.
You know, to kind of verify what she's saying. Like if she's suddenly like, oh, I can't tell her that,
Right.
and then tells a lie, I know she's lying.
I got you. Okay.
That's all I'm looking for.
The +1 reach. I got you now. Yeah, no. So far, yeah, she doesn't seem to be lying. She's at this point, she's very freaked out and is feeling like she went from 16-year-old like, oh yeah, this is cool. I know what's going on. You know, I'm invulnerable kind of thing to I'm kind of freaked out because that woman has a sword and neither. I don't think Mammon has drawn his gun. There's no reason for him to.
Nope.
So, but yeah, just feeling very kind of intimidated and weird stuff is going on. And why did I just, lay down to sleep? Because psychic domination, the person knows that the commands and stuff are not their own. So she's very freaked out and she's like, okay, whatever.
And then 2 people just disappeared in front of her.
Right. So yeah, she seems pretty freaked out, but she's telling the truth. She's, as far as she knows, these Phantasm Society aren't bad people.
Yeah.
Isn't this like, don't we have penalties for fucking with sleepers? Because that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah, with sleepers.
Does she not count?
Sleeper.
I don't think she's a sleeper.
There's no paradox.
She
Well, we
is.
haven't had any penalties for messing with her.
Yeah, you
so-
haven't, okay.
So
Yeah,
are
that's
you a
Yeah.
member of the Phantasm Society, Sylvia?
She's like,
Or are you just a friend of theirs?
I'm kind of part of their crew.
So you help them do stuff with ghosts?
More that yeah, sort of.
Okay.
Crew with a K. Yeah, I kind of help them help some ghosts sometimes.
And how do they help these ghosts, Sylvia?
They have parties.
They have ghost parties?
I mean, living people too, but yeah,
Sure. But what happens to the ghosts?
they feel better.
They feel better.
Yeah. She's like she's like what do you think happens to ghosts?
All right. Now you sent them a text saying that somebody was coming in. You're
Mhm.
expecting them to hurry up, or were they?
I
Where-
mean,
Where are they right now? Do you know?
probably coming back from the cemetery and finishing
so I-
stuff up, I think.
I pull out her phone and I just kind of scroll through it a little bit.
Okay. I mean, she has the well, I don't know, Craig. Do you know the 16-year-old girl reaction to "Don't mess with my
Yeah.
phone"?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna find a cute picture,
Mhm.
a cute selfie, and say that's really cute,
Yeah.
and keep flipping through.
Yeah, we're actually going to roll for this because she is launching herself to snatch that phone away.
Okay.
So let us roll.
And that was how Weird killed a 16-year-old.
let's see here. What would that be? I think that's just going to be her. Yeah, I think this is just a sheer physical. Yeah, just roll strength plus athletics. This is just because there's no dexterity. It's a lot of pushing and shoving. She's about your size, maybe a little bit taller.
She's probably a bit. I mean, most 16-year-olds are bigger than weird.
Right.
Yeah. And my athletics is 0, so I'm gonna put a willpower in this because I want to keep the phone.
Okay.
Well, athletics gives you a -3, right?
-1. Only the mental ones.
Mental. Okay.
Yeah. You have no problem holding her off.
Okay.
She's just scrambling, and she's like, "Listen,
okay,
stop
Sylvia.
messing. Like,
It's okay.
Dude, that's my life. Stop messing with my phone."
Do you have a password on your phone, Sylvia?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so I'll hit the lock button
Okay, thank you.
and then put it in my pocket.
Real quick, I am going to I'm going to cast Outward Inward Eye.
Okay.
We know that the Phantasm Society is coming. We don't know how far away they are. I don't want any surprises.
Sure. Yeah, and the alley you can definitely hear. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I am going to use my shadow name and whatnot. But I'm also going to use my phone screen as a mirror to get an additional dice.
Sure, go for it. And
Give you an actual mirror.
well, I mean,
Also,
as long as it's close, that's all that matters. Go ahead.
Also, listening back to the previous sessions, I never used all of Weird's bonuses when she cast that spell that gave us +3.
Oh, for Fool's Russian? Oh, that's definitely.
That was like yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's also only for the event that
Into
you're
the
involved in.
Underworld, yeah.
I'll try though.
So yeah, that's easily your 7, no problem. By the way, because Travis reminded me and I didn't bring it up. You said you spent a reach to do advanced skill. Technically, now in your case, you had the spare reach. You could also, since you're only casting on 2 people, you could just take a -2 to the roll, because that would upgrade your scale.
Yeah, but my dice rolled suck.
Right.
I'm not taking minus anything.
No, you're fine. It was just one of those. Oh wait, hang on. If you're only casting on 2, you could possibly take a -2. So yeah, go ahead and roll that 7. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you had that up womp, and you kind of have a good sense of out the alley and everything like that. And so she kind of, now that the cell phone is in your pocket and you're not looking through it, she kind of relaxes a little bit, and she's like, yeah, I mean, I work with them. I mean, there's a bunch of people who do stuff with the Phantasm Society. It's not like, I mean, it's not a big thing, but there's
How many people, Sylvia?
10, 15, kind of just depends. A lot of time they bring some folks in that are new, and then some people show, some people don't. It's different. They're parties with dead people.
Parties with dead people.
So how does partying with ghosts help them? What is the goal?
I mean, they feel better. They feel alive, I guess. They don't feel forgotten and alone. Some of those ghosts are like really old, like older than my dad.
That's pretty old.
She's like, yeah, my dad is older than you, so yeah.
So how did you meet the Phantasm Society?
Well, I mean,
what got you interested in them?
I mean, they kept using our basement, and so I, kind of talked to them about what they were doing, and
so it was just proximity and opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, they got cool stuff, and remember, Sylvia's wearing some of the stuff you guys had seen before.
So am I.
Right.
I wouldn't know them there anymore.
But yeah, you still technically are still wearing it.
When was the last time you had a ghost party, Sylvia?
It's been a while. Like, I don't know what happened, but they got all keyed up about stuff, and they said that everybody had to lie low for a while. And
I need a date, Sylvia.
And you can see her like calculating and like she's like referencing like so and so's birthday, this test, and it was like a month or so ago. It was like in January, but after winter break, huh?
This is important. I need a date.
Okay.
And I lean in a little bit. It's important.
Okay. Well, give me my phone.
I'm trying to read her motive for getting the phone, just to make sure she's not planning on doing something snarky with it.
Sure. Yeah. Roll.
Subterfuge, composure, or
no, not even close. You're reading her, which is going to be
empathy.
Wits plus empathy.
Right, but subterfuge is for detecting lies.
Correct. But that's not what you're trying to do.
Well, okay, sure, fair enough.
Yeah, you're trying to read her. Yeah, this is insight from D&D.
So empathy and what?
Wits.
And wits.
Yeah, you're reading a person.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, she's like my phone. My life is on my phone.
All right, Sylvia. And I pull out the phone and hand it to her.
Okay. And she holds it down level so you can see what she's doing. She like swipes through a bunch of notifications, whatever. I'm not texting her back. And then pull up her calendar and scroll January as I scroll through my own calendar. What date would that be? January 19th. Yeah, we had a party out at the cemetery.
What time, roughly?
I mean, I got there at like 9.
Excellent. Thanks, Sylvia. Mama, do you want to take over for a minute?
Sure.
Okay.
She's like, take over. She's
you guys are creepy.
I'm trying to be creepy.
Did you take the phone?
Are we the bad guys?
Yeah.
Yes. In every World of Darkness game, the answer is yes.
That's fair.
We are the bad guys.
We're the things that go bump and then
harassing
a
child.
Did you take the phone from her?
Yeah,
I'll take it back.
I'll take the phone back.
And she's like, okay, just I want it back. I'll report it stolen.
That's fine.
But yeah, Bayman, do you actually say anything to her, or are you just kind of on guard duty at this point?
I mean, I'll shoot the shit with her. Nothing that's important enough to take up the scene from.
Okay. So yep.
Songbird.
We swap into the Twilight. Everything is nasty and gray and actually,
it's very Frodo putting on the ring.
Yes, yeah. Everything is kind of muted. The colors and stuff are much darker. You can see and hear. You're able to hear the conversation that's happening, though it's slightly muted and a little, not quite Charlie Brown womp, but it
sounds even creepier than it actually is.
Yeah. Kind of, what would she look like? I think the spoiled lover is kind of just floating. Actually, no, she's probably just lying on the ground. She doesn't have any ability to fly or anything. So she's lying on the ground looking beat up and torn, but is there the gate? Oh yeah. So Songbird, you see the gate now. The big,
that's fucking metal.
Yeah. And that is what you guys are seeing.
Does my phone work here?
No. But you do have a spell for that. Ooh, actually, I don't know that you do. Other people do, though.
What, to make electronics work in Twilight?
Yes.
Is that a spell?
No. Other people. So yeah, she's there. Are you guys planning to actually kill her, or are you going to study her right now? What is your guys' plan? As you listen to Weird start to ask Sylvia.
You here, dude. Like, what do you want to do with this?
Yeah, this is kind of blowing my mind a little bit. I'm like looking around.
Actually, this is probably the first time for either of you in the Twilight. So go ahead and take an arcane beat on that.
Sick.
Yep. And what was I looking up? Oh, yes, I remember Mage Sight. So, if nothing else, you guys want to try and scrutinize and...
Yeah.
Okay.
How does this... I don't know how this all works.
Right. No, that's cool because I'm pulling up the rules right now. So, basically, you guys activate your Mage Sight to study something. Basically, you focus all your attention, instead of basically seeing the entire world filtered through this arcana, you're down through just one arcana. It's thorough, persistent, and even invasive investigation. Let's see here. You have to use Mage Sight. And so you have two options, two things you can do while doing this. You have Revelation, which reveals like the surface information of a mystery. And then you can also do it after you've removed some of the opacity, which is what you do through the scrutiny. Now, this is where having willpower is very important. While you're scrutinizing, you have to spend a point of willpower to begin scrutinizing. It is an extended thing, so you can keep doing it. It is only just one turn per roll, so these are 3-second increments, so you can scrutinize something fairly fast. You also take a -3 to any roll not related to magic while you're doing this, because you're laser focused in. Let's see here. There's some rules about if it's being cloaked. That doesn't matter. So it has a opacity, basically a difficulty of understanding of some value. And basically on your roll, you have to get that many. So let's say it's a crazy opaque spell or thing. And so it's got an opacity of 7. You guys would probably just want to turn around and leave and not mess with that. But you would need to get 7 successes, and then congratulations, now it's opacity 6. Get 6 success and chunk. So you can see that's, going to take you a while.
And this is individual?
Yes. And then if either of you, let's see here. Is it dramatic failure? Nope, that's not the one.
Dramatic failure on Revelation is really bad.
Great. Yeah, that's the one. Which fortunately you have the spell to actually clean that, so that's not too bad. So what do you guys want to start with? Do you want to do the instant, let's get the surface information, or are you ready to dig into this while you have it?
I'll scrutinize.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I think I want to scrutinize her because we've it's ghost.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
does it have does the Arcana factor in here really, or
no, but what knowledge you'll get where is this, after a number of rolls, scrutinizing, right, that's the other thing. You can spend mana to affect the roll, but only if it succeeds. Basically what you'll be doing, though, is if you're using, say, Prime, which is probably the right thing for you, is you will be getting information related to Prime, while Atrides is probably going to be using Death. And so she's going to get slightly different stuff. If you guys want to start making those rolls... you don't need to use that.
It's not a spell yet. What are we rolling?
It's just Gnosis plus Arcanum. And so...
With a willpower? Or we burn a willpower to do it?
You burn a willpower right now, and that's it. As long as that'll just last your scrutiny until you basically say, okay, I'm done. Now, bear in mind, the scrutiny and the reduction of opacity is permanent. So if for some reason you guys have to bail and come back, you can do that.
Still produce.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need to get willpowers back. Down to 1.
Yep. Do something curious, or what's the other one?
Trustworthy is my virtue.
Oh yeah. So
someone's got to tell me something.
Yep.
I rolled that on an 8 again. That's wrong.
Okay. Did you only get one success?
But I had 2 10s in the first 2, so.
Okay. So yeah, that was fine. Okay.
I
so
didn't
you
roll
get
8s.
Okay. So you got 2 successes, and so you can roll up to 4 times before you start to have a problem. Same with the other extended. And
I'll just let you go first.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So go ahead and roll again.
0.
Okay. So failure. You can continue. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So nothing bad has happened yet. Okay.
Just try again. I can roll 4 times. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get to add my ghost bonus to this? No.
Nope. That's only for occult rolls. Oh no, is that another 0?
I'm losing. It's another 0.
Okay. Last roll before you might have problems.
Two.
Okay. Let's see.
How's that opacity doing?
Yeah.
Does that mean I've reduced it by 4?
It depends on what the starting opacity was.
Do we not get to know that?
No, because, and I'm double checking here, I believe opacity is per person. Let's see here.
Because, like, I know when I was rolling academics, it was like I had to get, like, each success counted as 1, and I needed a total of 4.
Right, but this is closer to doors where you have to get. Okay, yeah, opacity is assigned for each character. Cool. Okay. I wanted to make sure that was in the book. Okay. So yeah, you have Atratus has cleared through the opacity. For her, it's only opacity of 2. So she only needed 3 successes, 2, and then another 1. So if you want real quick, since at this point, Songbird is kind of looking out and checking out the Twilight. It is complete. Its opacity is completely removed. It is like an open book to you. You can reveal it, which is an instant thing. And then you can roll just Gnosis plus Arcanum. And this will basically give you the revelation.
1 success. Which
is all you need. You discover the surface information of the mystery, and at this point, that's basically everything. So you determine that she is a rank 3 ghost. Her ban is that she's only able to chat and interact amiably with people who shower her with praise or with gifts. If they do not come bearing gifts or telling her how beautiful she is, then she cannot get along with them. Her bane,
she didn't like us very much.
And her bane is words of true love, whether they are spoken or written or something like that. Real, true, and this doesn't need to be romantic love, just real affection.
A book of love poems and just obliterate her.
If they were real love poems, yep. Just start beating her with it, and it becomes aggravated damage every time. Yeah. And then, right. This blah, 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 blah. Deep information. No awakened magic was involved in this. It's obviously tied to death. So
what summoned her wasn't an awakened spell?
Correct. Well, how she exists was not an awakened spell.
Oh.
Right. What made her was not an awakened spell. Not a surprise. And then cool. Yeah, so that's fairly straightforward, but you got that kind of base information. All right, Songbird, time to check out a ghost, right?
I bet my opacity is a lot higher than 2.
A little bit higher than 2. Yep.
Oh.
Rip.
Okay. No, and 2. Okay. On the second roll. Holy.
Hot diggity damn.
Okay. So hang on. We had 2. And let me double check. Is this extended? Blah blah blah. Dangerous. Want to double check and see if it's like doors.
I.e., if I can shatter more than one at once.
Right. Instead, every time she reaches a number of successes equal to the opacity, it falls by 1. 3 more successes. Okay, so yeah. So if the mage gets 3, then it drops to 2. Okay, so let's see. So we're at 6 total on our third roll. It's not done.
Cool.
Yeah. Now the big question is, can you reveal it? Oh, and Atratus, go ahead and take an arcane beat.
Oh, nice. I have 5 of those now.
Nice.
I'm putting a willpower into this one.
Sure.
Not trying to fuck this up.
Can I get a curiosity point for this?
Oh.
Yeah, rather than dealing with... yeah, because I think your exact words were, you guys deal with the girl, we're going to go check out the ghost.
We're going to go hop into Twilight and check out a ghost.
Sure, yeah, I think that applies.
Okay.
So you have...
I'll take a dramatic failure.
Cool. Okay. So, no scrutiny or revelation of that subject is possible by any mage for the next 24 hours, unless somebody uses the prime spell to dissolve, and that would allow it. So take your beat for the dramatic failure.
Okay, so that's a regular beat.
Regular beat.
Good thing I went first.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a little part of me that's wondering if Chris was like, okay, I'm going to screw this up, so let me at least get the XP for it.
I mean, 7 dice. It just made sense that it was going to happen. Cool. So, how does this look to me? Now that I fucked everything up.
Effectively, like, because
is there just like
the nimbus is all on it, right?
Well, the nimbus is on it. That affects. Actually, I think that only happens on. Right, that only actually happens for other people. Other people's opacity effectively goes up on scrutiny. In this case, basically, it's just there's mana all over it, and it's just super glowy, and you can't read anything, and it's just like I can't figure out what I'm actually looking at. The description, I love this. The player overloads her own perceptions and the subject of her study with mana akin to spilling a bottle of ink on a page she was deciphering. So at this point, it's just coded in mana. It's unreadable. It's going to take 24 hours before anybody can even mess with it, unless, of course, somebody cleans it away later.
Cool. I'm gonna just be like, shit. All right, well, don't go anywhere. I got this. And then I start casting. As if I'm going to do the cleanse the pattern.
Oh, right.
Spell. And then that doubt from my body spell creeps in, and I just like drop it halfway and just like bite my tongue and just like lose the high speech, and on purpose fail that roll.
Okay, that clears that condition. All
Which would give me an arcane beat, right?
Correct, because it was from the arcane spellcasting. Yep. Do you guys plan to do anything else while you were in the Twilight?
I mean,
you want to kill her? She's an evil ghost.
It's still,
I'm not down with that.
I'm trying to decide if I'm cool with just like murdering a thing that's completely defenseless. Like she's
Murdering a thing
Kill Tyson.
Drank from the river Styx intentionally to come back and hurt people.
You don't know what river they drank from.
Well, yeah,
a river.
Styx, Lethe, whatever. Yeah.
All right, well, here, because like I was casting a spell like right there, so I'm just like standing over, like fist drawn up, like.
What are we doing?
I mean, sure.
Okay. So it takes a point of willpower to actually decide to, in cold blood, murder something.
A point of willpower?
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, it's not like self-defense. You're just straight up
right. You're deciding to end an entity.
Mm.
And that is, and it's a reflection of that whole, like, you know, for most people, the decision to just kill somebody takes some willpower.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do it.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to, sure. I don't super want to, though. But I'm not going to, stop you.
Kidnaps people and eats their souls. So I'm totally not down with that.
Okay. And rather than have you roll, she's defenseless and you have that spell still going and just... Yeah, you take her to the mat and it's a beatdown. And she...
Like, you can not watch it if you don't want to.
I mean, it's whatever.
Well, I need you guys to make some active hubris rolls.
Yeah, it's fucking murder.
Come on, murder, really?
Well, and that is where we're going to get into some of this. Well, actually,
like, is it really murder?
Is it murder?
She's already dead.
Did she deserve it? Yes. I look down at my bracelet and it says, "What would Odin do?" Odin would murder a ghost that murders people.
Let's see here.
She didn't try to eat Titus.
Yeah.
Well, she was trying to torture him first.
And then eat him.
Right.
And
That's
then
worse.
eat him
That's
once he
2
died.
X.
Indeed. Okay.
That's 2 strikes.
So.
The 3rd strike was, she said bad things about me.
Yep. I think as it's deliberate, premeditated murder, violence. Yep. Okay.
She also definitely would have eaten you if she got the chance.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, premeditated.
I mean, you guys are standing there deciding what you're going to do.
Kill her.
Yeah, that is pretty okay.
All right.
So you guys are going to be rolling a base pool of 3 because it is a sin against medium or understanding wisdom. Let's see here.
See, it's not like super depraved. It's fine.
Following. This is not following anybody's obsession, I don't think. Neither this is about creating. No. So that doesn't remove a die. Are you acting in defense of a virtue? Not necessarily being trustworthy.
I am being courageous as fuck, killing this ghost to save people from being eaten.
Okay, I'll let you take that.
Yeah.
Are you being hasty, though?
No, because I definitely left it up to Atratus. I didn't just like walk over and curb stomp
Yeah.
it.
Okay. You may not spend willpower on it. So, yeah.
I don't have any to spend, so it's fine.
So, Songbird, go ahead and roll 4 dice.
No, not 41. Ooh, that's probably not good, huh?
Hang on. No. You rolled Gnosis Prime and...
Yeah.
And 4.
Oh.
Yeah, simple roll
Oops.
of 4. Yeah.
Okay.
6 successes on 4 dice.
It's like, oh no, how did that happen?
Well, you can get that if you got a bunch of 10s.
Possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Still not good.
Successes. Probably. Okay. So.
Good or bad? I don't know.
And well, actually, since you don't know, hey, Atratus, go ahead and roll 3 dice.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about how fucked up you guys are.
1 success.
Okay. So, success, your character is able to examine and understand the ramifications of her actions. She does not lose wisdom.
Okay.
That's it. Yep.
Just 1 success?
You just don't
that's all you have. Remember, it's roll the darkness, have a success or not. But the thing is, you only have a dice pool of 3 for something like this. So, and where previously you guys have failed dice of like 8.
7?
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, we thought about it. We don't really feel bad about this.
Right. Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. It's like, I've done this thing and I'm okay with this.
All right. Yeah. So I like wipe the ectoplasm off my hands. We like walk back over to Tross. It's like, what? So do we like hold hands to get back out of here or something? Or
I mean, do you want to explore Twilight or just want to go? It's kind of boring and shitty here, honestly.
Anytime your character risks wisdom degeneration, she gains an arcane beat. Exploring the depths of hubris can be enlightening.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
17 XP, here I come.
Okay. So yeah, you are in Twilight. You guys kind of step back.
So yeah, you done here?
I don't know. I'm not the death guy, so if there's other things you think we should do. Is there any way I can take a picture of this thing? It's
really cool, right?
It's really super rad.
Get real good at drawing.
Fair.
They have these in every cemetery.
Oh, the Avernian Gate? Yeah. They don't all look that way, but
they don't
yes.
look like this. We can go see.
Are they different?
If you want to go see what other ones look like, we can go on a tour.
Yeah, Travis is all for this. Woo, Avernian Gate tour.
Okay.
Avernian date tour.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, if we're
That's
done,
probably in character.
Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, in that case, actually, you guys finish the spell as you finish your tour, because searching. Actually, how long does... No, it's an instant action to do scrutiny. Revelation. So yeah, you guys...
Around for like 30 seconds.
A little bit longer than that. Well, you probably like talked about things and tried to figure out what you wanted to do. Kind of looked around and decided, okay, yeah, we're going to kill her after we studied her. And you guys pop back as weird as...
Hey, ding dong, the witch is dead.
And
Hey, now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's your word. I'm sorry.
And so Mammon is sitting there with, well, actually, no, they're all probably still sitting there chatting, while you guys are kind of like reeling. Because, I mean, Twilight killed the ghost, studied the ghost, wisdom, active hubris stuff. You need a minute.
All in a day's work.
Yep. So yeah, you guys are back. Mammon has his radar effectively up, and Weird, you walked away with the phone. Were you wanting to go do something, or?
Nope. I just put the phone back in my pocket, but Sylvia, can I take your hand for a moment?
It's like, sure.
Okay. And I'm going to cast post-cognition.
Okay.
The spell card I did before was not correct because it's a rote.
Okay, so just redo it real quick if you don't mind, because I completely missed it. I've got to scroll.
So I'm going to do it again.
Hey, there we go.
So I'm doing advanced duration.
Date and a time.
Yep, I got a date and a time. I'm doing advanced duration, so that gives me a larger window. Instant cast and scrub, so that's my 3 reach.
Okay.
How are your bonuses that high?
Huh?
How are your bonuses that high?
Because it's a rote skill.
Oh, that's a yantra bonus then.
Yeah.
Okay, so hang on. Because we do need to figure. So your yantra bonus. What?
You get 3 from your shadow name. Yeah.
So I get 3 from my shadow name.
Okay.
I'm using a magical tool. I can pull out a crystal.
Okay, so those are your 2 yantras. You can't add your rote in.
Oh, I can't. Okay.
Remember, your rote is a
All right, so I'll drop the magical tool and I'll use my yantra or my rote skill.
Okay, and what is your rote skill?
Investigation 5.
Okay, so literally that's the only thing worth using, because your yantra bonus at max is 5.
Oh, okay.
That is the maximum you can ever have on those bonuses.
If you don't have penalties.
Right,
yeah.
After penalties. Now you're doing post-cognition is a duration spell?
Post-cognition. Hang on.
Duration, I think.
Potency spell. That's what I thought.
Potency.
Right, because you have it's a potency spell because generally speaking, you're pushing through temporal withstanding.
Right.
So okay, so run your reach by me. Instant, advanced duration,
advanced duration, and scrub.
Scrub. Okay, cool. So at that point, you've got a. Let's see here. Can see into the past of the subject. Views the real time from it declared when casting until the duration expires. Okay. So the time that you are targeting is January. Okay. So you have an hour and you're aiming at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Since you have more yantra bonuses to work with, if you had penalties, you could take the -2 to step it up to a day's worth to look through.
Mm-hmm. If you wanted.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I'll do that.
Okay. And so
give me a bigger window. And I'm going to, because I've got extra potency, I will use Shadow Name and Magical Tool. So I'll put 1 into duration and 1 into potency to give me an extra kick in case there's more temporal sympathy I've got to overcome.
Okay.
Can't you still only use 2 yantras though?
Yeah, you're going to use Shadow Name. You're going to use Shadow Name and
the mudra.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So 8 bonus.
Yes, but it'll still just be 5. So it'll be
5.
2, 4, so 9.
9 dice.
Mm-hmm. Unless you have willpower.
Now that's a rote, so I get the rote quality. Is that correct?
No.
Okay.
No. Gotta do something special to get that.
Yeah, the rote quality by itself, which it kills me, but that's just the way the mechanic works. Is the rote, you re-roll all failed stuff. Now you can get that with a rote spell if you're casting it out of a grimoire and double your ritual duration.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, which is a whole other mess.
Right.
But yeah, if you're maxing out your yantra bonus of 5, plus your gnosis and arcana, which is 2 and 2, so that's 9. And then are you spending willpower?
No.
Okay, so just 9 is your dice pool.
Okay. 6 successes.
So you can take a additional step, and so you could get more potency.
I'll take the more potency.
Actually, scratch that. You don't even need to do that, because what you can do is say that it happens at full value and ignores withstand.
So instead, I'll take a condition.
Well, no. This is because what I'm saying is you could ignore withstand. That's one of the critical things. So you wouldn't deal with any temporal.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Your call.
Well, how much withstand am I looking at for going back 3 months?
Well, you don't know because you're casting it on her. You don't know how much she's changed in those 3 months.
Okay. I'll avoid the withstand then.
Okay, cool. So whoosh, you are back standing basically in Sylvia's shoes. You're standing in a cemetery. It looks very, very old and very worn down. There are signs that the place is being kind of renovated and fixed up. There's some weird stuff here that you've never seen in a cemetery before. You've got like you're basically in Sylvia's shoes as she's walking real time, down into the cemetery. You walk by like a caretaker's, little house kind of thing.
Let me stop you there for a sec. I'm going to spend a mana to activate Mage Sight with Death.
Okay.
I figure that might be useful.
Okay.
And I'm not actually, according to the spell description, I'm actually in her shoes. It's like I'm standing there next to her watching.
Let's see here.
Because I can look around and see things she wasn't looking at.
Witnessing events as though she were physically present to view them in the past of the subject. Okay, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, so you're walking alongside Sylvia effectively, and able to see what she could have seen. Okay, and yeah, so she's walking down through this stuff. Like I said, there's a cottage that looks like it's kind of built up. There are several cars parked on the street and kind of in a grass kind of parking lot, air quote. And out and about are some folks kind of going about their business, looking like you literally see people like very carefully setting up tables with snacks and drinks to the side, like just to the edge of the cemetery near like a wall that's not on anybody's graves. And with your mage sight, you see half a dozen ghosts. You see different forms of people kind of actually looking kind of excited and moving kind of amongst people and kind of walking through them, just kind of stepping around. The ghosts look kind of excited. There's a guy who walks up to Sylvia. What is his name? Nope. I have too many names in here.
One of them is Raven.
Okay, yeah. So you hear Sylvia kind of, Sean, and this younger looking goth guy kind of comes up and they hug and kiss, and the kiss is a little bit long. It's like, okay, it's uncomfortable, really in the middle of a cemetery, and they kind of link arm in arm, and they walk over to some other folks. You recognize Karen from accounting, who she's got the haircut and stuff like that. And looking at Sean and Rebecca, you see figures with them. When you look at Rebecca, there's something with her. You're not quite able to make it out. And there's something with Sean. You're not quite able to make it out. It's kind of overlapped, and with them, it would take some serious attempt to actually tell what it is, but it's not their soul. And they're Sylvia, we're glad you're here. Yeah, we're going to, everything should get started soon. We want everything to, die down, everybody off the street.
Die down.
Yeah. And so while Weird is kind of holding Sylvia's hand and just kind of, what's the rest of you guys doing, out of curiosity? She's watching this live. So,
hey, so, This is super weird, right?
Yeah.
No,
Sylvia?
she's still just normal weird.
I can kill you. Yeah, we should probably like get ready for the folks to show at some point.
At this point, I'm like not convinced. Yeah, we totally heard what y'all were talking about earlier. A little garbled, but I got most of it. I'm not convinced that we need to like attack these people, especially if we're not looking like we're actively keeping a 16-year-old hostage. And I like look over at Weird.
Yeah, threatening her with weapons.
Yeah.
No, I'd like to talk to them actually, because we don't have much in our records on what is a Sin Eater, and like maybe they're cool.
So I like sit down in front of Sylvia, I guess, beside Weird, and like knock her rapier away a little bit.
Right. Kind of tuck it behind you.
Well, it's not like pointed at her or anything.
Right.
Yeah, just casually off to the side,
yeah,
within striking range.
Casually threatening.
Sylvia, I'm sorry about this.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, no, it's weird.
She's not good with people. That's actually her name is Weird, so
that explains a lot. Yeah, okay.
Anyways, will you help us talk to the Phantasm Society when they get here?
Like
basically, we needed to figure out what was going on here.
Yeah, we needed to deal with her because she's been hurting our people. So that's done and dealt with.
Remember Titus that we asked about?
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
She was killing him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains some things. Okay. Yeah. I got it.
But really, the big thing that we are all about is kind of just satisfying our curiosity and learning more about the weird stuff that goes on in the world.
Okay, that's cool.
So
sure. Yeah, follow your bliss.
Help us not have to have misunderstandings with the Phantasm Society when they get here.
Yeah, that
would be super great.
Yeah, no. Rebecca is super chill as long as you don't like try to mess with a cemetery or any ghosts. Like we'll be yeah. Like that's fine.
We did kind of just mess with the ghost, but also she kind of had it coming. So
wait, that's why you disappeared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Dealt with it.
Okay. Nobody's done that before. So she's...
Yeah, there are many ways to deal with ghosts. This is not my preferred one, but it kind of needed to be done.
This
was not a normal ghost.
No, they made that clear.
Yeah.
She's, and I can't stress this enough, dead.
She's like gone, not Underworld gone.
No, she's gone.
She's gone.
Okay. Yeah, you'll have to explain that to Rebecca.
That's fine.
And she's like, that's not going to be me kind of reaction. She's like, I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting. Meanwhile, we cut back to Weird. Are you still just
flip ahead until I start seeing like ghost or ceremonial stuff or
ghost party?
Okay. I'm expecting to see something very unpleasant here, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay.
It's a party for ghosts.
No, I think it's a party to make Sin Eaters, but we'll.
All right,
we'll see
let's
what's going on.
see here. Let me pull open the Guy's 2nd edition book. Which
available now to Kickstarter backers.
Indeed. I have been super excited about this. I love all the art in it. Let's see here. Ceremonies. Excuse me, did I say that out loud? I'm trying to remember. There's a very specific one. I know what it's called. So I should use the search function. Oh. I sure hope that's what it's called. Searching 315 pages and not finding anything. Oh, back. Oh, please. Oh, good. I can scroll while. Oh, there it is. Yep. See, this is the issue, guys. Can we all agree that the right term is dinner and not supper? Right? Like, who uses
supper's good.
Who uses supper?
Supper's
right?
good.
Sunday supper.
Okay.
The Last Supper.
No, growing
True.
up, dinner was the word for lunch, and supper was what you ate at night.
Okay.
South.
The South. You're from Alabama, dude.
I am from all over. Thank you very much. Okay.
In Canada, dinner is more of a formal thing. Like you go out for dinner or you have family dinner. Otherwise, you're just having supper.
Real redneck places.
Also, supper has to be fixed, not cooked.
Fixing supper. That's true. Okay. So, yeah, you watch as Sylvia hangs out with Sean, kind of arm in arm, kind of moving around, and somebody starts playing music. There's some speakers set up on the back of somebody's truck at 10 o'clock at night at the cemetery.
Someone playing Dead Man's Party at this ghost party.
No, it's some straight up like EDM.
I don't see Atratus
Would you
here,
describe
do I?
this as a mash?
Yeah, Monster Mash.
No, you do not see
No,
Atratus. I
I
don't
would
think
totally go to a ghost party.
I don't think EDM though is her jam. But no, and then you watch as Rebecca, who you'd seen before, basically pricks her finger, and then starts basically drawing circles of blood around these plates that have been set up. Yep.
Can I scrutinize while in post-cognition?
No,
Okay.
definitely not. Because you are not able to interact with the thing.
Okay.
You're not there. Right. And yeah, so she starts to smear blood on these plates. There's 13 of them set out. Like you had the snack bar over there. These plates are set out and they're done up like that. And then somebody comes through and puts like from a little jar, home canning, mason jar type thing. And starts dripping out with a little dropper, little, shots of this clear liquid into some cups, and they set that out. And Rebecca says, "Hey, everybody, come eat." She has literally a little triangle, right? And these ghosts start moving over, and as they're moving and approaching, you watch as these empty plates that were smeared with blood, food starts to appear on them, but it doesn't look like normal food. You're seeing the food looks normal. You see there's steak, there's potatoes, there's fried chicken.
Right, but with Death Side, it's probably like Twilight or something?
More like you are seeing it in Twilight.
Yeah, okay.
It's ghost food.
It is ghost food. At least that's what it appears like.
Are we getting them ghost drunk with homemade moonshine?
And so, and as that happens, and the ghosts start appearing, and they kind of sit down, some stand, and looking around. They're not interacting with anybody. They're actually interacting with a couple of the sin eaters. You see one actually comes up to talk to Sean and Sylvia, and Sean is basically translating.
Mm-hmm.
He's he said, you have this kind of back and forth.
And Sylvia doesn't appear to see this ghost at all?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Skip ahead till the meal's done.
Okay. Yeah. It's out, and Sylvia, who you're kind of tethered to, leaves. Sean helps her into her car, says, "Hey, are we still on for Sunday?" Yeah. Or for tomorrow. Actually, by the time she's leaving, it'll be like, "Oh, yeah, for, tonight," and they giggle about it being, Sunday already because it's past midnight. Man, I still do that joke, right? And then Sylvia, you're in Sylvia's car, driving away.
Right. I'll end the spell.
Okay.
And open my eyes. "Thank you, Sylvia." I let go of her hand. And I stand up.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
Can you tell
Weird.
us any of what you just saw?
Looks like the Phantasm Society just hosts dinner parties for ghosts.
That's fucking sweet. How do I get an invite?
And that, I think, is a perfect spot to pause. Yeah, perfect spot to end our for break. So cool. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. And we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
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 Stay lucky.
Next episode, partying with ghosts.
Hey, guys, thanks for watching episode 9 of Occultists Anonymous. As always, thanks for watching. And specifically, hey, you made it all the way to the end of the episode. Kudos to you. You're my favorite, all that kind of stuff. So Ghost Party, worst idea, best idea? Let us know down in the comments. And as always, like, subscribe, click the bell so you get notified when we go up on Tuesdays and Fridays most of the time, right? You can also join us on Discord. Please come hang out. It's kind of lonely in there. There's a couple of us in there, so we'd love to chat with you guys. Ask mage questions. You don't even have to talk about the episodes. You can just be like, hey, I want to play. What's this do? And I will help. I like talking about that stuff. And of course, if you want to support the channel and the show monetarily, you can join us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/occultistanonymous. Link is also down at the bottom. All that kind of stuff. It's down there. And we will see you guys next week for Ghost Party.